AFTV Loomis here. I'm joined by BROADZ and Kieran, AFTV FC bowlers.
Everyone, it's Mike back again, and I've got a big man with me today. I've got a big man, Arsenal Fan TV. He's got his own channel. Want to introduce yourself, bro?
Yeah, guys, it's me, BROADZ TV on YouTube, at JBROADZ on Instagram and Twitter. Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Well, it's really nice. It's really nice for you to come on, man. Like, I really appreciate it. Obviously, for me, I've seen you on Arsenal Fan TV. I've saw the pictures of you holding the plaque. I've saw, I've saw all of that. And obviously, you want to get your own channel going, get your subs up, get your Instagram. Your Instagram following's pretty sick anyway. To be fair, So how is the channel going? Like, how has it all started?
BROADZ TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all right. Like, I think people don't realize, like, putting out a lot of YouTube videos is harder than it looks, so I have to give you respect there, man, because, like, it's really not easy. But, I've had a few personal things going on, so I've had to kind of stop. But when I can again, I'll put them out. I think people like when I do more of, like, the fitness videos and the football videos, so try and do that from my garden or something, because I can't really go out. You know what I mean? So definitely, as for Instagram's easier to build a following, but because people watch that AFTV and they watch Blood Brothers and they normally search me on there, so that's easier. But I would rather have 2K or however much on YouTube rather than Instagram, man. YouTube for me, like, I see you YouTubers as very skillful people, man. So yeah, definitely.
It's weird because, like, the more you do it, the more it'll come with time. And obviously, you've got connections with people that are, will help you massively. Like, obviously, I'm assuming you know Robbie quite well, or you know of the team at Arsenal Fan TV. So obviously, you'll have a big backing once you get into it, and once you've got over the personal stuff, which happens to everyone, you'll be able to smash it, man. And I've seen your content. I've seen the personal stuff. I've also seen, you're clearly a good footballer.
Oh, thank you.
Man. So there's lots of stuff that you'll be able to include in your channel, which is it's going to smash it. Obviously, there's channels like S2V, for example, who he is literally just football, just skills, just tricks, just shooting, just penalties, whatever. You're a bit different. So you've not only got that side, you've also got the people interaction. So it's a good position for you, man. It really is. So well done, and just work on it.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about Arsenal and Everton. So if the season ended today, are you happy with where Arsenal are?
Oh, no way, man. No way. 9th place. No guarantee to get top 4. And that's where I think this squad should have been aiming for this year. When I saw the likes of Pepe come in, David Luiz, particularly David Luiz, because he's he's quite a seasoned pro now. Do you know what I mean? He's played in the Champions League many times. I think he even won it with Chelsea, didn't he? So yeah, I haven't really seen that David Luiz come into Arsenal. Tierney, it's been a shame that he's not really been fit most of the time. You also, like, Arteta, it's been his first season. I reckon he's gonna come good soon. But yeah, it's a shame to see Iwobi leave us. I'm sure you're gonna, he's gone over to you guys. But it's been nice to see people like Martinelli come through. Really have an impact. And Ketia a little bit. And obviously we've kept Aubameyang and Lacazette. But who knows what's gonna happen next season?
Yeah, and I think for us, I think for us, really, it's a case of you guys. Martinelli's been a good player. He's come in this season. He's a young lad. He's got real talent. You have had, you had Tierney, who again was a good signing. He's had his injury problems. David Luiz was going to add some muscle into the defence, a little bit of experience. And then obviously you managed to keep Aubameyang, Lacazette, and bring in Pepe. So at the start of the season, I sat here going, Arsenal could potentially have the best front three in the league, potentially. And they've shored up the defence. So I thought Arsenal could have a good season. But I always know that at times Arsenal's defence lets them down. It has done now for what? Probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And
even longer.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. So I was sitting there thinking, you know what? There's an opportunity for teams like Everton, like Leicester, to try and jump in places that Arsenal are. Tottenham, I thought I could see Pochettino having a bad season, and Mourinho. I kind of saw that. I thought Chelsea would have a worse season than they've had. I thought Man United would be poor. So I saw opportunities for teams like Everton to sort of jump in. We had a shit start. Like we've been shit all season. What was your thoughts on Iwobi leaving Arsenal and joining Everton?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I didn't really see it coming, but I think that was one of the best moves he could have made, like at the time, because Everton, it's not the Everton of old, where they used to be like right up there. I think he's still kind of building back. Like in my time, Everton was a good like top 6 club. There wasn't really a top 6 back then, but those days when you used to see Everton and Villa like close to the top 4, at least in the table, that's the Everton I remember. Then you had all the like Lukaku and all of those guys, and I feel like for me, I like Everton. I really like Everton as a club. I like your owner Ken Wright. I think you should be up there a lot more. So I thought, Everton's a nice stable club for Iwobi to be in, but he's done all right. I thought he would have done a bit better, but you never know. Maybe he's just getting used to it.
Mate, I'm telling you right now, if I could stick Iwobi in a taxi and send it back, it is weird with Everton because obviously we've had a few players that have played for Arsenal. We've had Theo Walcott as well, and we've had Iwobi, and it's kind of like I sit there as an Everton fan and say, if the Everton owners want to be in the top 4, you've got to go and get players that would definitely play week in week out for a top 4 team, and it showed that an Arsenal that was on the decline a little bit, their fringe players, which is Iwobi and Walcott, joining Everton, that didn't scream to me going, oh yeah, that's ambition by Everton. That screamed to me going, yeah, they were like a second or third option because they're not going to get in the Arsenal side, but they'd be good enough for Everton. And I hated that mentality. And to be fair, when they bought in Ancelotti, I thought to myself, yeah, we're going to make big moves in the summer. And I'm excited. I'm excited for whenever it happens. I'm excited because I think, you know what? There's no way Ancelotti will accept. He won't accept average players, because that's what I would put Walcott and Iwobi as, average players. He won't accept that. He wants people who are proven with pedigree, and they'll cost more money. But if you're going to bring in a man like him, you've got to back him. And this is why I was a little bit surprised Arsenal didn't move for Ancelotti, because I thought Ancelotti would be a good fit for Arsenal. And equally, I think Arteta's proving that actually he's a really good manager. Like he's a really good manager. What's your thoughts on Arteta then?
Arteta, I can see what he's trying to do. Quite similar to Pep, like what Pep does. He likes the high intensity, he likes the discipline, but I don't think these Arsenal players are up to that standard. That's why they're there, and the better players are at Man City. But it's gonna take a long time, I think, because obviously it's taken us a long time to get to where we've gotten. So I think the players are there. He probably will have to get rid of a few, but mainly like you've got players that you can work with, like Pepe. Pepe is quality. Maybe his final ball is just not really the best. You got Aubameyang. We don't know if he's gonna stay. Lacazette, don't know if he's gonna stay. But like the likes of like Guendouzi, and some of the young boys, I think he can really push them on, and hopefully keep them, because Arsenal they're a bit of a selling club right now. As soon as somebody has a good season, they're gone and they go win a trophy somewhere else. So hopefully Arteta, because he looks like he's going to be the long-term option. So hopefully he can stay long and keep good players and bring in new players over time.
Well, you have got some good young players. Like I like Saka, I like Martinelli, I like the lads you've got. Like, is it Maitland-Niles or not?
Yeah.
I like him. You've got a good core of young players coming through, and that's a positive for Arsenal. And again, it's similar to Everton. You know, it's a similar. I always look at Arsenal and I always say that Arsenal are, as of right now, a bigger club. They are. They've got a bigger stadium and they've got bigger players, i.e. Aubameyang and whatever, and they've been able to attract players like Ozil and stuff in the past. But I don't, in terms of ambition,
Yeah,
I see Everton are hungry to sort of push on. And I think with Arteta, I think it showed that the board at Arsenal, I think they wanted a progress, a way of doing this. If a way of consistently just gradually building and building and building and having a plan. So like the summer, for example, you'll see a different kind of player at Arsenal. You'll see people who can play the Pep Guardiola style, which will be the Arteta style. So it's positive for Arsenal.
yeah,
I think, I personally think with Arsenal, I think they are screaming for a world class centre back and centre midfielder. They are.
yeah.
And if Arsenal got that, all of a sudden you go from being a top 6 side to being a top 4 side, and it is that simple with Arsenal, in my opinion. Where do you want to? Obviously, we don't even know about this season, so obviously, I'm personally just writing this season off. Like I'm not asked what happens.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be next season, and what sort of players do you want to sign?
Right. So, like we said, we don't know when football's coming back, but let's just say the season was going to come back in August. I would have to make a decision on who we're going to keep, Aubameyang or Lacazette, because they both seem like they might want to go away. More so Lacazette. I think, you know what, let the guy go to Atletico Madrid. You know, I think he deserves better. So, and then hopefully we could, I don't think they're going to do a straight swap for Thomas Partey, but I think maybe giving Lacazette and some cash for Thomas Partey would be a good deal. He'll give us a lot more like presence in that midfield. Centre backs, we do need one, at least one. I was thinking probably that guy, one of the Leicester centre backs are good. They've got a few good centre backs at Leicester. You know what I mean? You could get them for the cheap. Probably one of those. I wanted to get Gary Cahill when he was when he wanted to. I think he was leaving somewhere on free transfer. Chelsea, yeah, and he went to Palace, innit? I wanted to get him, but I don't know, not interested. They didn't seem to be interested. But he's like a proper leader. He can really teach the guys that are coming through, like Rob Holding, you know what I mean? Those sort of players, because they're young English talent that you can develop for the future. Do you know what I mean? They'll play games for England because Southgate has this philosophy of playing young players. So, you know, I think that would be good as well. But I think mainly just going forward, maybe keep Aubameyang, get a proper winger on the other side as well. Let Martinelli play a few games, and then hopefully next year, as I think we should be aiming for every year, is minimum top 4. You never know. Leicester won the league, but yeah, minimum top 4, man, and whatever happens.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I genuinely, like, I believe Everton's ambition's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I think it has to be the same, because if you're gonna get a manager like Ancelotti and you're gonna spend money, then obviously you have to do that. Now you'll know, obviously, a lot of the Everton board were at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's Farhad Moshiri, who is a stakeholder at Arsenal. Obviously, he is backed by Alisher Usmanov.
Yeah.
So obviously, having Usmanov in our back pocket is massive. So I think we're going to spend big in the summer. Like, I genuinely believe we're going to spend big. We got the new stadium on the go. So I don't know. I might be a little bit overconfident because I probably was this season, but I just am. So I think Everton and Arsenal, they must have the same ambition. They have to.
Yeah, I like. Listen, I can't lie to you. I like Everton. I think Richarlison is top quality. You know, Moise Kean he's coming from Juve. He's a Juve wonder kid. Tom Davies, Calvert-Lewin. You know, these are top guys, man. They like I really like Calvert-Lewin because that guy, he really works his socks off. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's probably not the best technically because obviously it's the Premier League, but like that guy, you know, every time he puts on that shirt, he's gonna give you 100%. So many players, man. Like, so many players over there.
Yeah, we've got again. This is where I think Everton and Arsenal are similar, and this is I think. This is why I wanted to do this video, because it's interesting, because although the clubs are so different in many ways, and also their ambitions are very similar.
Yeah.
Just gone about it different ways. Everton went and got proven, tested manager in Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Arsenal went and got a man in Arteta who has learned from the best.
Yeah.
And it's. Do you think they're going to invest? Do you think Arsenal are going to invest heavily in the summer? Do you think they've got the money? Because the rumour I heard was you were signing Ryan Fraser on a free, and I thought that was going to be a phenomenal deal. Like, on a free transfer, £20 million player, good player. He would. I don't necessarily think he'd necessarily make Arsenal better, but he's a good player to have.
Yeah.
How much money are you going to spend? Because this has been the criticism of your board over the years. Like, what are they going to do?
I think rightly so, because they don't. I don't know. Like, if they haven't noticed, the transfer market has gone one way, and that's up. Yeah. People spend a lot more. You know, I don't think we've ever spent 100 million on a player, and I'm not saying let's spend it for the sake of spending it or because everyone else is, but that's because that's the market now. If you don't invest, like, investment is a very, very big thing in Premier League football or top flight football, right? If you don't invest, you will get left behind, and that's what's happened, right? So Kroenke, I know traditionally, I remember reading somewhere that he doesn't actually like to invest his own money. He'll get investors, or he'll do whatever he can to get somebody else to pay. So it depends on what's available, because you know, it's not his money, and we're probably going to be in a big recession soon enough. So who knows? They're already talking about pay cuts and whatnot. So it doesn't really look like there's going to be that much happening, if anything, you know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I genuinely think, like, when I look at Arsenal and I look at their board and how it was a few years ago, you had Alicia Usmanov, who genuinely loved Arsenal, genuinely wanted to be part of the future, wanted to invest heavily, and he had to make Kroenke an offer for his like 70% or whatever Kroenke owned at the time, and he offered him like £2.5 billion. It's not like small money. He offered him mega money for Arsenal, and it's like Kroenke didn't take it, but doesn't seem to invest for, you know, like there was rumours coming out. Obviously, he signed Pepe last summer, 72 million, big amount. He's definitely a talented player, and it will definitely be better next season. And probably he's a player that, again, hasn't got a Premier League experience. So it's going to take him time. But then when you hear that the deal's being paid over 5 years or something, and it's like, you don't expect Arsenal to make moves like that. You expect them to go, you know what, there's 70 million, you can have 50 up front. Do you get what I mean? It was just a bit surprising looking on the outside, because the Arsenal fans, they've been loyal for years, and they backed Emery even when he was shit at times. Just feel sorry for Arsenal fans, I really do.
I know that.
and that must be frustrating for you, that coming Everton fan, because traditionally Arsenal have won more titles, they've been in more cups, you know, all of these. That must be frustrating for you and Arsenal fans to go, I don't want other clubs to not pity me but feel sorry for us because our owners are knob. I want them to You know what I mean? I want them to go, you know what, that's Arsenal, and they mean business. Like the Invincibles, for example.
Yeah, you know, that's the exact same thing that I think is like those days where you had David Dean on the board and Henri, Perez, Bergkamp, Lundberg, and you just remember, like, even if we were losing 1-0, you felt confident so that we would win. So I don't know, like, it's not the players' fault, I don't think, but because not in a rude way, but do you think they would have came in around that era? Some of these guys, probably not, you know. Like, and I think they would agree themselves, but it's just like they're doing the best they can. There's lack of investment. There seems to be just lack of everything at Arsenal, where other big clubs are really going for it, and we seem to be behind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, to be honest, I've asked all my questions, so I just want to say thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Like,
thank you, bro.
And obviously I will, obviously it's still recording, but I will plug all of your socials, man. It's been an honor. It's been an honor to have you on. It really has. And obviously, you know, if and when Everton and Arsenal play each other and you're at the game, because I know you play for Arsenal Fan TV football. You know, so like you're a busy boy, but you know, if ever we get the chance to meet up at the game, like we'll go for a beer, we'll meet up with the guys. It'd be good to meet you all, and yeah, man, I wish you the best of luck with everything, and I hope all the little personal issues you got,
thank you, bro.
You know, family and whatever, all get sorted.
Thank you, bro, man. Thank you for having me, and all the best, man. If you're ever down, I will take my number or something in after, and we'll, you know what I mean. If you're ever around, I'll come, bro. I'll come through, bro. Man, God bless you, man. Stay safe.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. See you soon, bro.
Yeah, bro. Bless.